Dexter Southfield, Middle School Grammar. Today we're talking about pronoun, case, and clarity, and this is part 2. As mentioned before, there are 10 pronoun, case, and clarity issues, and this video will cover issues 6 through 10. Okay, number 6 is incomplete sentence construction. So after the word than and as, introduce an incomplete construction. Use a form of a pronoun that would be correct if the construction was complete. So, in other words, take a look at the sentence, Steve throws the shield better than me, or Steve throws the shield better than I. Okay, so we've got this word than, right? And it introduces something that's incomplete. I got to figure out what we're really trying to say here. So Steve throws the shield better than me or than I. Well, it depends. So I have to make a decision here. Now, if I choose I, then I guess what I'm saying is Steve throws the shield better than I throw the shield. So what would happen if you chose me? Well, then the sentence totally changes. Believe it or not, what you're saying now is the second sentence. Steve throws the shield better than he throws me. And I don't think that's what was happening here. So in this case, you have to be very careful and make sure you understand what I means. And it means this, then I throw the shield. Try this example. You like Clint much more than I, or you like Clint much more than me. Now think about what this sentence is trying to say. Hit pause and decide which word you'd circle. Okay, let's take a look at what the options are. If you circled I, then what you were trying to say is you like Clint much more than I like Clint. But if you circled me, you're trying to say you like Clint much more than you like me. So you just need to make sure you're clear about what it is that you're trying to say. Number 7, ambiguous pronoun references. Look at this sentence and tell me what is ambiguous or confusing or unknown. My mom called my sister after she drove to the Cape. You may look at that sentence and think there's absolutely nothing wrong, but I would say there is something very wrong with this sentence because I do not know who she is. We have to make a decision about this. Is she the mom or is she the sister? It's not clear. So perhaps you want to say something more along the lines of this. My mom called my sister after my sister drove to the Cape. And if this is bothering you saying my sister twice, maybe you could tell me who the name of the sister is. Maybe your sister's name is Jane and it's mentioned previously in your writing and that's very clear. But be very aware of this mistake because it happens a lot. Issue number 8, pronoun references that are too general. Look at this sentence. Bruce enjoys quantum physics and gamma radiation studies, but he says that isn't his favorite. What's the that? Okay, is this word supposed to cover both of these two topics? Or is it covering one? It doesn't say. So perhaps you need to be more specific by saying something along the lines of Bruce enjoys quantum physics and gamma radiation studies, but he said these aren't his favorite. Well, now I know that you're talking about both, but I didn't know it with the word that. So word choice. Make sure you choose your words carefully. Issue 9, pronoun references that are weak. Tony likes many of the designs I've made, and he thinks that I should choose this as a profession. Now, I know exactly what's trying to be said here, but it's still not well written, and the key is, again, word choice. It has to do with the word this. What's the this? Okay, Tony likes many of the designs I've made, and he thinks I should choose this. What is the this profession that we're talking about here? There's no profession that's mentioned anywhere in this sentence, so I don't know what you're talking about. What profession do we talk about? Now, perhaps you could have said this. Tony likes many of the designs I've made, and he thinks that I should choose engineering as a profession. Good word, right? Don't be lazy and just use a pronoun like this, assuming that I know you're talking about engineering. Be specific. And finally, issue number 10, which is a lot like number 9, but there's a slight difference. Pronoun references that are vaguely indefinite. So look at this sentence. In the movie, it explains who stole the money. Now, people write like this all the time and get away with it because, again, it's sort of understood what the it is in this. But it might take a little bit more, a few more brain seconds in order to actually write down the specifics of what the it is. In the movie, it explains who stole the money. Well, who explains who stole the money? Does the movie explain? How does the movie explain who stole the money? Is there a character? Is there a narrator? What happens here? So perhaps with a few more seconds of thought, you would say, in the movie, Bill explains that Harry stole the money, right? And this tells me the full story. Full disclosure, in part 1 of this series, I forgot to include the letter L in the word reflection. My apologies. Now it's there, and the reflection is the same as it was in part 1. So again, where in this video did you see the most common mistake that you make?